Hello.
With names. Don't worry about any of them. And that lovely lady coming on.
There we go. Right, ready? What's going on? Right, hello everyone. There's probably more people coming, but we'll begin now. So, the first thing we're going to do here is open this little path down and then wheelchairs at all. Using this only path. So I'm going to hand over to the mayor to open the path.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much. Asking questions after question. First of all, you know, the fact that we have had this rather smelly brook being there, you've drawn attention to, you want that to is absolutely great. But above all, I think the principle behind Eddie's path, having this path open so that people like Eddie can actually enjoy the full workings of the path, to actually be able to roam freely.
Just in case.
Just in case, can everybody hear me? Yeah. So that people like Eddie and other people that are less fortunate, less mobile than myself and yourselves, can go in and really explore into the real heartland of the park, get into it, explore all parts of it, and be able to roam across the grass of the park and actually get closer to some of the trees and the plants that are intriguing. I think absolutely wonderful idea. I think you did very well. You need to be congratulated and proud of yourself. And I now declare Ellie's path open.
Follow. Kaz. Okay. Would you like to join us, everyone?
Come closer, everybody.
Ellie, you're welcome to come back again. Well, hello everybody. We've got quite a good turnout considering the weather. It was looking quite a lot better now, but at least it's not earlier, but at least it's not raining. So, welcome everyone. So, this is our forest garden. Many of you know it well. We've been working on it for a little bit more than a year, and as we've worked here, we've become more aware of the Cran Brook, which flows just below it. And it's lovely to have a stream coming through, but we realised that it's actually not in a very good state. It's something that those of us that live here, near here have known for a while, but this has really made us notice it. So we are organising this little event to celebrate the Cran Brook and the streams that run through the park, and also to try to draw attention to something that needs to be done about it. It needs to become a cleaner brook, not such a polluted brook.
Just as this, Joe, because this is about the fourth time we're doing it again on Saturday. Joe and I have been together planting trees this year. We are up in Hale Country Park. It spreads all the way round to nearly reaches Havering, but there were just 2 fields that were planted. Woodland Trust. Woodland Trust acquired those fields, and Joe and I helped plant the first of 23,000 trees they're going to put there. Short time after that, we were at Ashton Plain Fields, planting the first of what are going to be 10,000 trees there. And now, I've already planted 2 trees here this year, and somewhere in this park, there is a young sapling oak tree that has been presented to the borough by the Lord High Sheriff to commemorate the Queen's Jubilee this year. I have no idea where it is, but I had to go to Hyde Park to pick it up. But it is in Valentines Park, so your tree is in very, very illustrious company indeed.
Soil.
You can go and help me. Go and help put the earth in there with your hands. Or with...
Well done. You've done this before.
Simon, would you like to help plant this tree?
We've earned the bigger machine.
While we're at it, we've got another tree to plant as well. Come on, Amanda, you can help.
And the animals are doing well. The hedgehogs all starting to breed now.
Shall we gather again?
Put the wildlife ponding tomorrow over there.
We'll leave Arlo carrying on, shall we?
My husband here, who's been living here since 1959, in the same house we're living in now. And he, when a child, was allowed out to play in the park from the age of 7 when he came to live here. So he knows the streams very well, and he's going to give us a few words about what it was like.
Thank you very much. It's an honour. No, do I need that? I think I can project. So it's an honour to be here and to witness this beautiful celebration of nature, I think, and the future with the trees and the youngsters. So I was lucky enough to grow up around this park, and for me Valentines Park was an area of manicured lawns, beautiful rose bushes and plants all around, but also a wild wilderness of mature trees, tangled bushes, and of course waterways, subterranean waterways that started we knew not where. So my friends and I used to go up and down these waterways here exploring the origins. And we imagined that the Tanner's Brook here, which I didn't know as Tanner's Brook, we simply refer to it as a stream, somehow came from underground over there, Gants Hill, and flowed down through all this system here, joined this weird, we didn't call this Cran Brook, we called it the canal. A fetid, smelly place, but interesting. There was always a sort of a film of white kind of mucus flowing through it, and always an oil slick. But it went into the lake, somehow purified itself, and then came out the other end, and we called that the Styx, because we thought it went back into the underworld. So it was very much a region of fantasy. In the stream, our favourite area, there were beautiful trees that we could climb up and crouch in and imagine painted canoes and enemies flying down, floating down below. As we grew older, we used the canal, which we also imagined maybe something like the canals on Mars, because it was it didn't seem to be a natural canal. It was kind of fenced in by this sort of strange concrete everywhere, but a wonderful opportunity for leaping across. And so where the Tanner's Brook joined the Cran Brook, that was the easy part. You could do that quite easily. Then later on, if you wanted to jump across the brook itself, well, that was a bigger challenge, and there were many times when people slipped in and had a bootful. Over here used to be a boating pond, which we frequented with jam jar and net, and used to get water boatmen, frog spawn, dragonfly larvae, all sorts of things. There was a Lido over there. In the summer you could splash around in a beautiful blue pool, all now sadly gone. But we hope that, I don't know what you can do about the concrete, but certainly the water quality can be improved. We didn't catch cholera or any other waterborne diseases, so it couldn't have been that bad. Thank you very much.
I just really want to say thank you all for coming together and making us really appreciate the amazing natural assets that we have in our borough, and I think as well help people see another side of Valentines Park playground or the cafe, but what you're doing here is helping them imagine another way of using our green space, whether that's how we can use permaculture in your woodland garden there, also the importance of our waterways here. And I think when Peter got in touch about doing something on this already, it showed the power of what happens when people like yourselves come together and shine a light on these assets, because with that, an email that Peter sent copying of all various people, we suddenly had Environment Agency and Thames Water come and test this water. And when they know that you're watching, and when they know that we're interested as well, suddenly things happen. So I think there's not going to be a solution to some of these problems overnight, but certainly it's starting to get the ball rolling. And I've been in touch with Thames Water along with the leader to complain about the outflows of raw sewage into our waterways across the borough. It's not just here, it's the roading. I was staggered. I don't know if you've looked at the Rivers Trust. They have a map of raw sewage outflows across the borough, and it's just staggering. And we know it's not just a problem in Redbridge or London, it's across the country that for too long water companies have not invested in infrastructure and are just ploughing raw sewage into the sea, into waterways. It's the scandal of our age, and I think it's good now that people have woken up to it, but the question is what they're going to do to stop that. And certainly we'll be doing all we can with Thames Water to make sure that we use this as an example in such a beautiful park. There's no reason that this should be the milky colour it is with raw sewage going in. So we'll carry on making that case to Thames Water and doing what we can. I had a really good chat with Simon Rick just now from Vision, who manage the parks, to make sure we're working together across departments to really do what we can with very limited resources, but working with groups like yourselves to really clean up our environment and make sure it is there for future generations, and we're really being the custodians of it that we should be, and we're appreciating it in all its ways. So I think this is not the end of it. I hope this is just the start of more work that we can do to really improve our waterways across the area, but also in Valentines Park. Thank you.
Used one of these for a long time.
I don't think you have to press it to your mouth. Just hold it.
Oh, thank you, Monica.
Can I video you or not?
Not really, no.
No? Okay.
I've been in Valentines now, well, I was born in Barkingside. My grandparents lived in Cavendish Gardens. So I've been coming through Valentines Park for over 50 years now, whether it be in a pram or on foot. But I've been Valentines Park manager since 2008 now, and over that time we've been restoring the mansion, the gardens, the park. As you can see, this area here, it has been rewilded. It was rewilded about 13 years ago now. We've now got breeding hedgehogs in this strip. We've been rehoming injured ones over the last 12 years and releasing them in here. Now they're actually starting to breed, which is good. We've got the wildlife area just behind us. We're doing some work on that tomorrow. We're putting another pond in. So yes, we've planted 100 trees between November and December. So yeah, just continue with improving the park for wildlife and for people.
Thank you very much, Simon. And I was very, very pleased that you're having a good old chat with Joe. There was something to come of that.
Six have organised an environment run or walk on Sunday the 20th of March. You can do it anywhere you want, virtual one if you wish, but if you want to medal you'll have to make a contribution. So I suggest you actually do it in the park. We're actually having a real race around Beale School. But any details, just send it to info@seeksinthecity or send it to Peter and he'll pass it on to me. But that's the medal that you'll get. If you want one of them and join the 100 elite people in the world, limited numbers only, please let us know. But thank you for inviting us, and thank you, Your Worship, for doing a grand job, as well as Simon. Thank you.
We need to open our eyes. bless this Brook. So by chanting Buddhist discourse, it's a universal love, God universal love. That this very familiar place for me because I am almost every day I come to this park to have for a walk. So I always bless this park and this Brook. Now I am chanting Buddhist discourse to bless Brook and you all. Sabbitiyo vivajjanto sabbarogo vinasseto mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi dīghāyuko bhave bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada santi bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada santi bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada satti bhavantu te sabbitiyo vivajjanto sabba rogo vinasseto mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi dīghāyuko bhave. May you be well, happy and peaceful.
Hello everybody, good afternoon. I'm Father Stephen from St Margaret's Church, and so I'm going to say something from a Christian perspective. I think Christians and people of all faiths would see water as a sign of life. And people of faith would say that it's a sign of life as part of God's creation, given to us to sustain our life. And so, as a symbol of what God gives to us on earth, we bless this stream, a life-giving stream, and pray that God will bless us and our responsibility towards this park, this stream, and that He will give us life as the water gives us life. Amen.
And I'm going to follow up with the saying of the prophet. But equal to all that, what we're going to do with water is that water, giving water, the act of giving water, is seen as one of the best forms of charity in Islam. So, for that reason, that's why making sure that remembrance is being such a priority for me personally. So,
the actual prayer that I would like to do would be about 5 minutes. So to make it short, I will do an informal. Sorry, we can also do an informal prayer, and I will use that in Punjabi and say it and let you know what's going on. And so we're hoping that some photographs from this and some information will go into the local press. So if any of you have got some really nice photos to pass over, that would also be very useful, because it's very important to publicise. The more people find out about it, the better. So thank you very much to everybody for coming.
Everyone, our first harvest from the forest garden Jerusalem artichoke, and these cookies are made with Jerusalem artichokes harvested from this field.
All right, that's nice.